This is our our drone video of the 72 acres at Lake of the Ozarks. Has an awesome lake view. We'll take off in a second here. You can go to InstantAcres.com to see all the details and maps and everything for this. The video will make a lot more sense if you check out the maps as well. We're parked just off the paved road. We're launching straight up, looking at the property out toward the Lake of the Ozarks. There's just a part of the Lake of the Ozarks. The property does have lake views from the property itself. You don't have to get 100 feet in the air to have lake views. It does have actual really nice lake views from multiple spots on the property. What we did here with the drone, I believe we tried to fly over one of the trails. There's kind of a main trail that goes along a ridge on the property. We're flying northerly right now. You can see the lake there. There are multiple trails on the property, but there is one that I would basically call the main trail, which comes in on the south end. Now we're looking back to the south where the truck is parked. That's a flat area. That's what the loggers would call a landing. That's where they cut the trees to length and loaded their trucks. That's why you see the limbs and some debris there. But it would actually make a really nice potential building or camping site right there. A couple hours with a skid loader, you could push all that stuff off to the side. So the property was logged a couple years ago. You can see it was not clear cut. There are quite a few trees left, but I mean, it was heavily logged of the commercial red oak and white oak, and probably any other large trees that the loggers wanted. So quite a few trees left, but you can also see kind of some patchy areas where there's some greenery. Those would be basically open areas other than the debris that was left by the loggers. They didn't clean anything up. We're flying northerly directly over the property, and we're looking northeast toward the Lake of the Ozarks. The property actually is very close to the lake, within a mile of the Lake of the Ozarks, and this is a beautiful section of the Lake of the Ozarks. I believe we're at about the 77 mile marker. I'm not completely sure, but give or take a few miles. So it's the family-friendly section of the lake. You can have any size boat you want on this. It's easily large enough to accommodate any boat, but mostly you'll see bass boats and pontoon boats up here, fishing and floating, looking straight down on an area that's been logged heavily on the property. It was logged, I believe, about 2 years ago. And like I said earlier, oftentimes on a property that's been logged, we'll go in and we'll clean it up a little bit, create some sites and trails. This one happened to have a fairly good trail, so we decided just to sell it 100% as it is, and you are welcome to go in and clear your own sites and trails and improve the property. Great way to build some sweat equity in the property and really improve the value is by doing some cleanup. On the plus side, Mother Nature will take care of a ton of the cleanup every year as the limbs and everything rot down and the grass and trees grow up. The property will look better and better. So it's a good chance to kind of get in on the ground floor, literally the ground floor. I think I've made that joke before, and get into a large property for a nice low price. This has the paved road frontage here on the south side on Cliff House Drive. We're kind of going, I believe, northwesterly on the property. Basically, we just put the drone up and spent some time and took a fairly long video. That's another trail. That's not the main trail. I don't believe that's the main trail. So we have power directly on the property. Phone is either on the property or adjacent to it. Pretty nice view of the Lake of the Ozarks. And this really is a beautiful section of lake. There's a better view. There are some restaurants and little marinas nearby, within a mile or two. There are some small launches, but there's also a very nice public launch just about 5 minutes to the north. I believe it's called the Brown Bend Public Launch, and there's a fishing pier there as well, so it's a really good place. You can put in your boat right there and goof around all day. We're over the property, but I'm not sure which way we're facing here. I guess we'll just kind of glide over it and take a look at it, although I'm not exactly sure where we are on the property. It's like any property in the Ozarks. It's a mixture of up and down. There's some stuff that's probably steep. There is that good ridge that runs kind of through the center. The topo map, the topographic map, indicates that there probably is a little creek that runs across the property. We haven't been down on foot to check that out. It could easily be a wet weather creek. But odds are, with the property this size and in this area, there are probably multiple little springs that come out of the ground and feed the little creek. We just haven't explored it. It's a large property. We bought several properties up here recently, and we leased a few out for hunting. It's an excellent area for deer hunting. That might be the main trail, although I'm not completely sure about that. That could be an offshoot of the main trail. Feel free to go to InstantAcres.com to check out some more pictures and some maps and some details. If it's on the website, then it is available. We do put all our videos on YouTube, and we generally leave them on YouTube so that the people who buy them can still view the videos. So I guess that is to say that just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean it's available. Just check out our website at InstantAcres.com and you'll see whether it's available or not. Really hard to find large properties so close to the lake. This is one that we feel strongly that the value is just going to increase for two reasons. One, because it's so close to the lake, and this lake is extremely popular and getting more popular. And two, because it was fairly heavily logged. That just as these trees grow back and the remaining trees grow, the value will improve that way as well. So now that we're looking on the county road, the land's on the left, where we are parked on the landing there. And I think we'll do one final overview because the video is coming to an end here. But really, a kind of a unique property, a special property. Big property with paved frontage, so excellent access all year. We've got power and phone, and obviously the lake views. So for a cabin, for a house, fantastic. InstantAcres.com.